Better biking with survival skills.
Roads such as this narrow and wet lane are likely to be lacking in grip and create real problems when changing speed or direction, since we rely on tyres to create traction. Reducing braking forces and lean angle makes sense, but what about when we twist the throttle? We can be more gentle, but one area where I really think we need to rethink conventional advice is gear choice. Traditionally, we're told to ride in a higher gear than normal to reduce torque through the rear wheel. That might have worked on a low-revving, slow-revving bike from the 1960s, but I don't think it's appropriate for a modern, free-revving engine with a lot more power. Moving the bike a particular distance at a particular speed requires a specific amount of power, and that means burning a specific amount of fuel. A petrol engine can make that power using a few big bangs, a higher gear, or by using a lot of small bangs, a lower gear. But whichever gear we use, we burn the same amount of fuel. What does change is how wide we open the throttle. To drive the bike along in a high gear, we'll need to open the throttle more than in a low gear. And here's the problem. If the rear tyre does lose grip, a big throttle opening almost certainly guarantees spinning up the rear wheel. In a lower gear, we may not prevent the loss of traction, but since we'll be using less throttle, the results will be less dramatic. My advice, even with traction control, don't select an unusually high gear on slippery surfaces. Use an intermediate gear instead.